all you people who are watching this on the replay, I'm going to try to start the little slideshow thing at precisely 3 minutes. So you can skip to the 3 minute mark if you want to avoid this pre-talking stuff. I'm just waiting for people to join up and see that it's live and come on in with us. So yeah, this is going to be live. This isn't. Oh, see, it's so live that I got to turn my air conditioner off or heater off. This office is a big room and the air conditioner can't keep up on its own. So, can you guys hear me? By the way, I'm the microphone. I have a different situation going on with the microphone. Okay, good. So a couple of you guys have been asking. You've noticed in the background of a lot of our videos on our TV, we have a screensaver that plays. It just pictures. They just cycle through, and we've always loved that. It's always been a really neat add-on to our house because so many family portraits and pictures you take, you don't ever look at them unless you're showing them to people or whatever. And so we put them up on the screen, and they just cycle through randomly. And there's like 3,000 pictures, so there's a lot of pictures. And I need to update it now that Andrea's passed away. Put more pictures I got of her on there, and it's been nice because it helps the kids to keep things in memory. It helps them to remember things that they would not have remembered. Eden tells me all the time about, oh, I wonder if something must show up here or not, about this picture that we always joke it looks like we're really bad parents on it because there's little Eden who's like 3 or 4, and she's holding this bottle. It's one of my root beer bottles, and it looks like an alcohol bottle, like a beer, and it's like, oh, there's our little 4-year-old holding a beer bottle, but it wasn't a beer bottle. But she thought that was hilarious, and she talks about it all the time, and because she sees it and she actually remembers it, so it's pretty fun. So yeah, there's no closed captioning here because we're going to be talking about the pictures as they go, and they're only going to be on a couple seconds probably each, and so unfortunately. By the time I would hear it, it would be a 30-second delay, and it would make the video go a lot slower. So I apologize, everybody. What time are we? Oh, I'm trying to start at 3 minutes on the dot. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play this screensaver. It is not pre-done. I have it just live going through some random photos. I better switch on over. It's about that time, and we can talk about them if you guys want. I can stop and talk about each one a little bit, and we're just gonna kind of go from there. So. Alrighty, well, this one is a Mother's Day picture. One of the several Mother's Day pictures that we always take. Well, you always take pictures on holidays, right? So, yeah, Solly was chubby. He was a chubby little dude. He grew out of it, though. This is some friends of ours. My mom is on the right there, and it's George and Valerie. They were friends with the guy on the left was my real dad's best friend, and one of his best friends, and so it was neat to see them. Look how little they all are, huh? Justus was so cute. But yeah, that's our same house, but obviously it was much different. Andrea loved to paint and loved to decorate. I used to joke that the room was shrinking because of all the layers of paint. Those are some bunnies in the first bunny cage. Oh, that's Thomas at 13. What a cute little boy. Well, hello, Jen. I'm glad you found us. So that's me as a kid on my real dad's lap, who was also Tom. And there's not a whole lot of pictures of him around, so you think that Thomas takes after him a lot more. I don't know when this was, but it's Grandma Fern. This is at her house. And Thomas looks pretty young. I can't say. This is where my dad brain is going to be showing a lot. I'm not going to remember half these babies. I'm not going to know which baby they are. I may be able to figure it out if it comes up, but by looking at the date on the picture. But yeah, it must have been, she's got a present, so I'm guessing it must be her birthday or something. Well, that's like a cake. Well, there's my hottie. I think she's pregnant with Asher there. And I love this picture. I put it on the screensaver because she's super hot in it and beautiful. And I loved it when she did the dual braids like that. One of our many magic nights. Um, I can't tell you how long ago, but probably 4 or 5 years ago. That is Grandma Kitty. She would dress up like Cat in the Hat um, once a year, and at her school, because my mom was a teacher, and she came over and read the kids' books, and that's when we only had 3 kids. That's where our TV is now in our bedroom right there. So again, our house has changed quite a lot over the rest of the years. It wasn't my idea. Somebody on YouTube, well, I can't remember now who it was, suggested, "Hey, I'd love to see the pictures on your screensaver." I was like, "That's pretty good. I could probably swing that." Family portrait. This is the one we scanned to too high of resolution. That's why there's all those little white dots all over it. I don't know how well you can see those or not, but pretty cute. Judith, Justus, that's Eden there, and early on, I was really into computer graphics. That was my major in college, and I used to do Photoshop stuff. This I think is Thomas when he was a baby, and I was doing them all for all the kids. This is when they were. Thomas built the original rabbit hutch where our rabbits were, and that's what he's doing. He's working on it here, and he had built that frame by himself. It was all rickety and um, cute and neat. He did a good job though, and he's roofing it there. And Andrea is just watching how proud she is there. I laugh every time I see that one. I can't. I think that is Sophia. No, it's Eden. It's Eden with uh, with the hair. Woke up that way, and I just thought it was hilarious. So, well, I'm glad you guys are liking it. And there's Andrew. That was the 4th of July, and they're pretty young there. That's Justus. So, and how old is he? He's probably 2 or 3, 3 maybe. So that's my mom and me when at the same time as that other picture was taken. Um, that probably is in Texas. I believe we lived in Texas for a while there. Well, I'm glad California grown. I'm glad I could help out. This quarantine thing has got a lot of people all wrapped up, and it's good to relax. So that was when we first brought home Sophia, and that was no wait, yeah, and so that was Solomon first getting to see the new baby. This is Eden, and that's one of the things I would do a lot. I still do it to this day, where I get a piece of bologna and I put a bunch of potato chips in it and eat it like a taco, a bologna taco we call them. And Eden one time asked me if I would make her one, and Andrea was gagging herself silly, and she's very proud of the fact that she eats like kind of like her daddy. Okay, so this is a really old picture. This is when me and Andrea just got married. It was a marriage retreat, and that is Grandma Kitty and Papa Doug. And this is me and Andrea here. And this is Papa Gary and Grandma Ivana, Andrea's mom, Ivana, and Ryan and Lynn, our brother and sister. These are some people from our church down there. That was when we only had 2 kids. That's little Asher on my lap. He's so cute. He was such a cute baby. Sorry. Okay. This is a picture I just took because it was amazing. It was out by the garden, and all the birds were standing on the thing in just a neat way, and I just thought it was super awesome, so I took a picture. This is all random. I don't know what's going to pop up on these. So there's like 3,000 pictures. So this is all kind of random. So sorry, Thomas is having trouble with his computer and he's texting me. This is Andrea needed a Mountain Dew and we had this. That's all we had, and so she's drinking from it, and she was really embarrassed, but she probably would be sick that I was showing that. But the moms are always the least in the pictures, right? That's Grandma Kitty, and we were the pond. That's when I was just working on the sprinkler system. You can kind of see over here. That's when I was digging in our sprinkler system. The mom, yeah, there's not as many moms. Moms tend to get ignored in a lot of the pictures, and it's the same in our family. There's less pictures of Andrea than everybody else, and that's just kind of how it goes. Oh, that's me with the super soaker at the lake with the kids. Oh, okay, good. That's Knuckles. I just thought that was really hilarious, and my little business is open there. And who wants to go into that shop with the big old scary dog sitting right there? Grandma Kitty is my mom. That's little Asher, and that's little Knuckles when he was a puppy, and some random cat. I'm not sure. That's at Papa Gary's house and Grandma Vanna's house. I don't remember what the cat is, but that's me and Judah. I'm trying to figure out where that's at. I think that's at our house, but we used to have lilacs for a little while in the backyard. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. That's a long time ago. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Thomas is still having trouble with his computer. So that was the last picture. That was one of the last pictures we took. That was on Andrea's 41st birthday in June. Pretty soon before she passed away. Oh, there's Judah. Judah said he stood on the rail to look taller. Can I go back? Oh, crud. Oh, no, there it goes. Phew. That must be at the lake again. I don't remember it. It's got to be at the lake. That is Eden sitting on Knuckles. Knuckles was the best dog ever. He had such a high pain threshold. Nothing bothered him. They had the kids abuse him all he wants and dress him into funny costumes and mess with him, and he was just a great dog. Well, thank you, Nina. So this is me and my sister, and this is my grandpa on my dad's side. He passed away fairly young, but his name was Tom also. So Thomas is like a fourth generation Thomas. I'm Thomas. He's Thomas. I'm Thomas. My dad was Thomas, and his dad was Thomas. So that's me. You can see there where Judah gets his blonde from. My hair was blonde until I turned 5, and then it turned brown. So I'm not sure. I'm a ring bearer at somebody's wedding there, but I'm pretty goobery. Well, hey, Katie. Good to see you. Little Thomas and Asher. This one freaks me out a little bit because there's so little, and I don't think we had the stream that long, but apparently we did. That is, where is that? We went to the forest once to help somebody get wood, and the government had piled a bunch of dead trees that they cut for firewood for people. And I think that's where we're at, but yeah, Andrea was beautiful. This was a Halloween. The kids were the hobbits. So they all, if you watched the show, Andrea watched all the movies, and she sewed them all clothes that looked like the hobbits. You notice they got furry feet there, like the hobbits. Getting ice cream at a frozen yogurt place. I don't think that place is open anymore. There's me. That was with my Ricky Martin hair. You can't tell, but the tips are all blonde. There's a better one. Yeah, that's when I had a goatee. That was pretty early when me and Andrea first met. We might not even have been married there. No, I got a tie on, which means I was working at Conlins, which means I was married, but it's really early. I have technical difficulties here. Oh, there we go. That was not that long ago, really. Papa Gary had some windows. Actually, this is probably after Andrea died. Is it? No. Was Andrea alive then? My memory is going to all run together. No, she was alive, and someone had given us a bunch of windows that we couldn't use, and so we gave them to Papa Gary, and we were helping him enclose his porch. That's me when I was in Boy Scouts as a little boy with my little car, that little red car there that I have. My real dad, was an engineer, and he took it to his work and made it all engineered. I mean, the kids are supposed to help, and I kind of did. I painted it and stuff, but it won first place all the time. I was so proud. It always won first place. Every time I'd ever race, I ran first place. And later, years later, when I was much older, some friends of ours went out to a Poundland Derby and they had an open contest, and I just brought it for giggles, and it beat everybody again. It was great. That's Asher. Just some random time. He was a cute little boy. I'm feeling okay, Marie. That is me. We're at Papa Gary's. I was letting the boys shoot some BB guns. I was teaching them gun safety and stuff. Andrea said that was one of her favorite pictures of me because it was so sexy, she said. I don't know if that is or not, but she thought that it was. Who is that? I think that must be Solomon. Uh, yeah, I think that's Solomon. It's from 2016, so I think that's Solly. That's Judah with Dad. Oh, Judah says it's Solly. Out on one of the Home Depot trips where he was helping. They've been helping Daddy do projects for years and years, and Judah always loved helping Daddy on projects. That is outside of a Kmart that's not there anymore, and I'm not sure why. I think I got on there because Thomas wanted me to ride with him. Oh yeah, smash the thumb, freak. Hi, Aunt Josie. Yes, if you haven't subscribed, now's a good time to subscribe. I was going to do that in the beginning. But if you haven't subscribed, give us a subscribe. It helps the channel out. It really does a lot. And give us a like while we're there. That causes it to pop up on more people's feeds, and then more people get in here, and then it helps. That's nice. So, all right, plug over. More technical difficulties. That's super cute. I don't recall seeing that picture. Is that Thea? Um, 2018. So no, that's got to be Hannah. There's my sexy pregnant girl. Andrea was so sexy when she was pregnant. That was when we were camping. It might have been at one of the Relay for Life that Andrea's mom used to organize Relay for Life for cancer walks. I think that's Hannah again. Andrea and Hannah, not that old of a picture. Andrea loved has little wraps where she'd wrap. Actually, you know what? She's not in a wrap there. She's just in Andrea's shirt. I think it might have been cold. That is at one of Justus's parties. I think that was a Roblox party. And in one of the Roblox games he plays, you had to deliver pizza. And so this is a little pizza delivery Roblox vehicle. They had to drive around and pick up different pizza parts and make the pizza and deliver it. She was always so creative. Who was in the belly? I couldn't tell you in that picture. It was really early. Probably, I'm going to say it was Justus that she was pregnant with in that other one. Yeah, she did have awesome parties. About Dom's daughter. Yeah, I have a daughter from a previous marriage that my aunt adopted. There's some pictures of her in here that you'll see. There's Grandma Kitty. That's my mom again. And I'm not sure how long ago that is. That's going to probably be Eden. Oh, it's Sophia. There's my mom. Hi, Mom. That's with Sophia. Um, that Andrea snuck that picture. That's me mowing the lawn. I had a self driving mower or a self-propelled mower, and so I could hold it with one hand, and if I pulled the other hand, it kind of sort of pulled us both, and I'd give rides to the kids while we were mowing the lawn. Oh, because you're green there. Oh, the screensaver thing is freaking out every now and then, so sorry about the black. It was a random homeschool day. That doesn't even look like that long ago. There's Andrea, and I think that's still baby Hannah. 2018, yes, that's baby Hannah. Yeah, it's sure it's stalling out sometimes. I'm not sure what's going on there, but apparently it catches up. So there's Sophia. That's definitely not very old. Probably from last year. That's Claudia. Claudia was such a cute baby. Out in our garden, and she must have been hanging out with mommy while they were getting things ready for gardening year. That was when we were digging out the basement. Our basement wasn't our business. There wasn't always didn't have its own door. It was just a room that I kind of stored my stuff in, and this is when we had it dug out and had the foundation fixed. And that's me putting in the stairs there. I like this because I can tell already by looking at it that this Andrea did not mean to be on camera. She was always very self-conscious, and so she's really having fun there with must be Hannah and Sophia. Oh no, that's gonna be Claudia and Hannah and Sophia. Claudia and Sophia. Did I catch Hannah when she was born? Yes, I delivered baby Hannah. There's my sexy mama. That's out at her mom's house. She's so beautiful in that picture. I love it. It's one of my favorite pictures of her. That would have been in 2007. That's Andrea's grandpa, Grandpa Kenny. You guys probably don't know him, or I don't think she was doing videos when he passed away, but Andrew really loved him a lot. Talked about him all the time. He told really good stories. Oh, those are just some of my breadsticks that I made the kids for pizza night with some special order sauce breadsticks and swords for Asher or for Solomon and other different things. Tickle guy, yep. 614 in the chat. Wow, that's crazy. Well, if you're all here, give us a like and a thumbs up the video there, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Getting those subs really helps, and they've been going up a little lately. So me asking you must be hearing me. I appreciate that very much. That is Solly. So he is very clean there. Yep, that's definitely Solly. He got little chubby cheeks. He was a little chubby dude. That was at a doctor's office. I think it was. Let's see. I forget which kids were born in hospitals, but I'm guessing it was Judah's pretty young. I'm gonna guess it was when Andrea was pregnant with Justus. Uh, that's an entirely random picture of Claudia and Sophia doing school. It's like our apples. We just picked all our apples off our tree there. That's homeschool year back in 2010. Justus is so cute in that picture. Well, thank you, Purple Snow. Eden looks beautiful in this picture. Beautiful. I'm not even sure how old that picture is. Let's see. 2016. So 4 years ago. That's my sister, Melanie. You probably haven't seen a lot of her. She would never want to let me get her on video, but she'll probably go with a selfie. That's probably in the green. What does Asher favor? Asher favors Andrea's side of the family. Asher is Andrea's biological dad. I never met, and I don't think she ever met. But he looks like that side, and he also favors kind of her mom's side. Also, this is where our dining room table used to be. So this is back when it was pretty tight at our dining room table for a long time. That little table is now on our porch. Andrea could never get rid of a table. They're very special memories to her. We did everything around the. Yeah, I watch all these pictures and it's a stupid table that makes me want to cry. And so that table's on our porch, and the old table that came after that is on our porch, and now we have the new table. That's my dad on the right there, and me on the little horsey. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I've seen these pictures a bajillion times. You have no idea how many times I've come to go through our screensaver on our TV, and so they're not going to really get me choked up because I've seen them a million times. But thinking about the table did it. This was every year we would do a family portrait that I would put on a card and send to some family members and people from my business as a thank you and just a Happy New Year thing, which we haven't done that in a long time. I don't know if I ever will anymore now. Dad looks like Elvis. He would have liked that. Thomas does look like my dad. He really does. This is another one of those baby pictures that I did. I believe this one is Justus, and Justus's name means justice, and so those are the scales of justice. And this was kind of what I did before I wrote poems. This was kind of my way of doing poemy, artistic type stuff. Boy, there's so little there. I didn't think we've had the fire pit that long, but apparently we did. And it's so green that year. You can see our hops vines. They came when the house. They were with the house when we came here, and they were all around the outside of the house. And then when we dug up the foundation, they were going to all be plowed under, ruined. But I was able to transplant them over here. Andrea loved them. That's me as a teenager and Grandpa Frank, which you've probably seen a couple times, not when he was that young. Uh, I think I was married my first wife there, so I'm gonna say this is probably I was 18 or so. You have a fire pit just like that? Oh yeah, it's great. Fire pits are awesome. 16. My mom says 16. Those are our boys when they were in the Scouts. There's Thomas before he learned to temper his boisterous personality. Thomas is actually a lot of fun when he's around people that he trusts and he loves, and he became much more reserved. I think as we all do as you get older. Yeah, Grandma Kitty had taken him out probably for his birthday or something. There's Asher. Asher and Knuckles were always very close. So we'd wake up in the mornings, and Asher's always been the first one up, always. And so we just saw him there with the puppy dog. That was when I was building those jars, jar holder. That's still up there today. That wasn't that long ago. Your daughter has a crush on one of your boys, the one that works at the store you go to. Oh yeah. Well, he would love to hear that. Tell her she should message him on Facebook. He'd love that. There is I'm not sure who that is in there. I don't know who that is. Is that Eden maybe? Yeah, I think it's Eden. There's my dad again, and that must be me. Boys like moderating the lives. They do it on their own, so they do like it. Yes, that's one of our Sunday church fire pit lunches. There's my dad again. That must be me. That's my senior picture. So that must have been in 1994. There's my Ricky Martin frosted tips. Uh, that was when we just had 2 kids. You were a senior in 94 too? Oh man, same class. Yep, that was a long time ago. The boys make fun of this picture all the time. Well, you can't see my frosted tips on there because I kind of you can't see it because it's cropped there. On mine you can. That's another Halloween where they were martial artists and they made little Eden with a little kimono and it's super cute. That's not real hair. It's fake. Andrea made it. It's super cute. She was always so good at the Halloween costumes. They're gonna suck from now on. I think I've told you guys when for Mother's Day we always each of the kids gave Andrea a rose in their color, and so this is how many we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's before Hannah and Claudia were around. We're gonna do that again this year and put them on her grave. How did you get roses that specific color? Yeah, I had to order them. I usually order the roses a month in advance. I've already ordered the other ones. The only one I had a hard time getting is green. Green roses are impossible. They don't exist. Occasionally they would give me a white rose that kind of came out a little green, but I always dyed them myself. I'd have to dye them and put some dye in the water. That's my grandpa Frank there. That was not that long ago. And my aunt Susie over here. She's the one that has Melina. Yeah, it must have been when Thomas got bit by a dog. There's me, and that looks like Justus at the beach. Must be in California. We went back to visit. Oh, hey there, Anne. No, that's not Solly. Solly wasn't alive. Look how little Eden is. That's Justus. No, I guess it's got to be Solly, doesn't it? All right, all right. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Oh man, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It's Solomon. Farmer's tan. Yeah, I got a farmer's tan. There's no doubt about that. Come here and tell you. Judah was running in here to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry, sorry. That's definitely Solomon. That was Eden and or Andrea after she gave birth to must be Solly. No, is that a girl? What's the date on this? Hold on a second. It's 2014. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I don't know who that is. Sophia, maybe? 6 years ago. And Claudia's 4. So it can't be Claudia. It's got to be Solly. No? I don't know. Whatever. It's 2014. So probably Sophia. Yeah, whoever's 6. Yeah, that makes the most sense, right? Oh, I'm bad. I got dad memories, so you'll have to forgive me. That's Judah. I love this picture. Love it. It was at the fair, and the sprinklers came on, and Judah is the action-packed member of our family who's always wanting to do something crazy and fun, and so he's like, I'm gonna run through these sprinklers, and I got the picture just at the right moment. It was super cute. One of my favorite pictures. That is Claudia. I have a lot of kids and a lot of memories, so and I didn't know their birthdays until very recently. I mean, I knew them, I had them written down, but I didn't remember them all. And I got away with it, but now I'm the only one who knows them, so I've got to remember and keep those things special. So Claudia, you can recognize Claudia as a baby forever. She's very distinct looking, super cute. Yeah, all the kids' eyes were blue when they were young and they turned brown. There's fat little chunky Solomon. He's super cute. That was when I was building the bridge. The bridge had finally died. That's the bridge Mach 2. And yeah, 700 in chat. Wow. Well, gratuitous plug for thumbs up and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you should be. We do fun things all the time, and you won't know when we go live if you don't subscribe and turn on notifications. Do I have a favorite memory? All of them. They're all my favorite memories. If I start thinking about favorite memories, I'm gonna start crying. So, London Bridge fell down. That is me, and that's Asher there at Storybook Island. Andrea really loved this picture. She says I look super sexy in this picture, so that's why it made the rotation. That's Grandma Kitty and Sophia again. Did we just see that picture? I think we did. Sometimes they repeat. Yeah, Grandma Kitty doesn't age. Everybody's always thinking she's my sister. That's a cut-off picture of Andrea holding. Hmm. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. 2012. So I don't know. Let's see. That would have been 7 years ago. So who's about 8 right now? I guess it's gotta be Solly. Judah says it's Solly. There's a dip. I thought that was hilarious, so I made him take the picture. That was my 300 mask that I made out of packing peanuts. You guys ever get those? You should see them more frequently now. They make little packing peanuts that are made of corn, and they dissolve when you put them in water. They're all biodegradable, but if you lick them, you can make a play with like Legos. I was really proud of that. Another family portrait, a little chubby Solly. Andrea is a stone cold fox as usual. Eden there reminds me of Andrea's mom, Ivana. That was one of the very last pictures of Grandpa Kenny. Oh, shoot. Well, I lost it. So there's a story behind this picture. That's why the quality is so terrible. Um, you guys may have known on, she's talked about it a couple times. Her original wedding ring that I had proposed with, the diamond fell off, and then we took the ring off her finger to get the diamond fixed, and then we lost the ring. It fell off of her. It ended up happening is it fell off of the dresser and got wedged somehow behind the leg of the dresser, and so I got her a new ring, and I had to save up money on the side, which we were very poor at the time, and so that was very hard. But I started I drew a map of the town of Moorcroft, and I sold advertising slots, and so that way Henry didn't know about it, and I used the money to buy a ring, and I took it back to the place where I originally proposed to her, which is right in that very spot. And I got on my knee and proposed again, and some random lady saw me on my knee and took a picture. This is after I've already stood back up, and um, yeah, it's a good picture. And so she printed it out on her inkjet printer, just on a piece of paper, put it in an envelope and mailed. And so then Andrea took a picture of the piece of paper, and that's how we have this picture. So that's at Jubilee. There's a town parade in Moorcroft once a year, and we're waiting for the parade to go by so they can get candy and stuff, and we're waiting there. That's our wedding day. Andrea was light as a feather there, man. I tried to do that to her several times not that long ago, last year. Every now and then I try to pick her up this way. I'm sure I can do it, but she would not let me. No, 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 no. And then, of course, I would stop. But what's our time at? I don't know how long I want this video to be. Did you ever get angry? Yeah. She'd lose her patience sometimes, like anybody else, but not very often. That's when we finally, the attic was totally unfinished, and I went up there and had to carry up small pieces of plywood cut to be able to fit up that hole little by little, and that's finally putting the door on it, the little ladder that pulls down, and I needed help. There wasn't very many people. That little stool that I'm sitting on, that was in the house. I don't know if you can see that on that picture because I cropped a lot. Yeah, that was in the house when we moved in. So it wasn't very far along right there. You can see in the picture though how many kids we had. 1, 2, 3, 4. She must be pregnant. You don't have enough time tonight. Can you do a part two? I probably can. Um, you guys like doing this? I suppose. I'm not sure how. I'm just boring looking at family pictures, but so that's my sister at her wedding, and my mom's on the right here, and then that's me. This is Justin, her husband. He's a very nice guy. Boy, everybody's saying this isn't boring, so it must not be boring. That's Asher, and that dragonfly is alive. It was almost dead. I mean, I don't know. Something was wrong with it for Asher to have caught that. Some reason you're having fun watching, even though you see them all the time. I guess it's because we're talking about them. I guess someday when Daddy's dead, this video will be around, and I'll be the only one who knows these stories, so you can hear Daddy's bad memory long after I'm gone. So that's Andrea. That's one of the first harvests we ever got out of the garden. And why is that big piece of equipment in our yard? What tree is that? I'm trying to think of what angle in the yard this is. I don't know, but those were the onions we got. They were giant, and that was still probably one of the best gardening years we ever had. And it was the first time we thought we were awesome. So many other years after that, they weren't very good. He's such a sweet boy. I'm sure that must be Solly. No, is it Solly? 2015. So it's going to be a girl, and I'm all bad. And so 5 years old. So that must be Sophia, I guess. Claudia? Claudia? I don't know. 2015. 2015. He was born in 2015. I should get my thing out. Claudia? Okay, it's Claudia. Oh, yeah, we're in the hospital. You can tell because, yeah, we're in the hospital. She was the one born in the hospital. Andrea regretted it. Yep, good job, Happy Heart. You got that. That's some serious Mills trivia knowledge there. Those are cats. One was Kiwi, and one was it was a fruit. No, cappuccino and kiwi. That's what they were. That was when me and Andrew were dating. I was working at Arby's there, and I was very nervous. I must have been 20 years old, 21. See ya, Holly. There's Andrea on one of our dates. That's going to be at Applebee's. Oh no, maybe that's at Humphreys. I can't remember. Yep, I worked at Arby's then. Whipped cream. That's Justus. Must be on Christmas. Wow, 750 people. That's a good picture of me. Oh, I'm not a looker. That is at Storybook Island. They have a little free park thing where they recreate a bunch of fairy tales, and that's Raggedy Ann and Andy's house. And Andrew was in there with them, pushing them around. Little Judah hanging out there. Men and babies equal sexy. That's awesome. Well, I should be super sexy. I got 9 babies. That's Grandma Jane. I'm not sure. Have you guys really got to see a whole lot of her? She got Alzheimer's real bad, and so you didn't get to see her a whole lot. There's a video where Andrea would flirt about me at the Arby's drive-through. Yeah, she would. She had to come by all the time because there was girls that worked at the Arby's that she was always, you know, wanted to be jealous of. She would tease me about them. She wasn't seriously jealous. And her brother. That's her brother there. One of the many Boy Scout trips, that was for the Rain Gutter Regatta. And even I made a boat there. That could go in a locker door pick. Oh my gosh, Aunt Josie. You guys are crazy. And it's Claudia. This is one of my favorite pictures too. Claudia is so happy there. Getting a bath in the sink. She's so cute. The kids ever do scouts again? No. No, we pulled the kids out of scouts. And that's not something we're probably going to do again. That's a frog in our pond. Is it in our pond? Yeah, it is. It is. That was Andrea at one of her midwife appointments at the midwifery place. We didn't do too many there. Uh, I'm gonna say, who is she pregnant with? Judah says some of these pictures I haven't seen. There's a couple that I hadn't seen, so I don't know if we just haven't noticed them. Thirsty comments. Tommy's doing this. Tom, let's read thirsty comments. You guys are crazy. 2012. So who is 8 or 7? I guess it must be Solomon. Good night, Michaela. Nice. Now you won't have a big family. Oh, I'm sorry, Hannah. You never know what can happen. You're watching me on a 70-inch TV. Well, the resolution is probably pretty bad on some of these. This is a picture I took that I thought was just so great. There's a few of these. Woke up one morning after a snow and everything looked like this, and it was just amazing. It's right outside our house there. It's the own flocking right there. That's me and Andrea, and that would be at the spot where I proposed to her again. Some year, 2012. So I must have been we went there a lot on her birthday, so I'm gonna guess it's on her birthday. Hey Sal, what's going on, man? Sal's my best friend, has been a long time. That's when we had the bed the opposite direction. And that must be Eden there. Don't know why we have a giant dictionary laying there. I'm hanging out with Eden. Oh, the ovaries. That's one of our grape harvests off of our grape bushes outside. We got all kinds of different kinds here. We got. It's hard to tell the difference. I think these are Concord, and these are St. Croix. Both of these, and there's some Valiant and some K Gray and Edelweiss. That's Grandma Fern coming to visit. She would come over all the time. I imagine she probably won't come over anymore where she's at now. Someone giving you a hard time, Aunt Josie. Aunt Josie's awesome. and she's nice, and she's married. She's just a friend, so she's been a good friend to me, so she's not seriously coming on to me. Yep, that's Grandma Fern. I laugh every time I see that. I don't remember who that is. 2018. That baby looks like 2, maybe. So add that to 4 years old. So I'm gonna guess that's Claudia. Oh, it was in some of the videos. Oh, okay. I don't know if that could be Hannah. 2018. Oh, good. I guess it could be. I guess it could be. Yeah, it probably is. That was a proud day for me because that was when Asher started to be able to mow. Thomas was doing some mowing, and Asher was finally old enough to do it, leaving Thomas to do more jobs. There's our bunny. That's in the first bunny hutch. That's Knuckles, who obviously fits very well on that seat. I don't know why he would do that. I just thought it was hilarious. Whenever he would ride with me, he would get into that seat like the kid, like he's one of the kids. Is it that late? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Andrea is super sexy in this picture. I love it. And it's got, who is that with her? I want to say it's Judah. 2011. So 9. Yeah, it's going to probably, well, I don't know if it can be, probably 2 or 3 there. It probably is Judah. That could be solid. You guys' guess is as good as mine. I don't know why it does that sometimes. There's Grandma Fern. I always joke when she was on the yellow telephone, it looks like she's crazy, but she always had this box. Maybe your grandmas ever have a box of just old toys? And she's got a box of old toys, and there's this little phone in it. There's a little play phone, which is funny. The kids know that it's a phone because phones do not look like that anymore. And I always thought she looks like she's crazy, but it's a cute picture. She's playing with the kids. Oh, it's okay, Sarah. I didn't see what you said, so I have no idea. I just thought it looked like maybe something was going on, but don't worry. No harm, no foul. I know you weren't being upset. I'm sorry. I hate when that happens and people think that they said something that makes them feel bad. But you're very welcome, Sarah, here, and I know you weren't being upset. So there are those same eyes there. I think that might have been a birthday party. That was right after I finished building the the table. Look how nice it looks. Now it's getting old. I need to put some more screws in it and tighten it back up again. I was so proud that I was able to build uh, a 6-sided table. It made me really proud. Now it's really loose and it needs to be shorn up a little bit. It was a lot of fun making the angles just right to get it to work. I talked about that longer than I could have because I just am proud of it. That is Andrea and one of the little girls. I'm going to say Claudia. What's the date on it? 2015. Yeah, I'll bet you that's Claudia. No, I guess it'd be Sophia, wouldn't it? It's definitely a newborn. 2015. So I'm gonna have to say it must be. Was Claudia born in 2015? Okay, okay. Oh my gosh. I think five. It's what it's 2020, so I think 5 years old. Who's 5 years old? Yeah, so I think it must be Sophia, but obviously it's Claudia. It's not Claudia's birthday yet. Those were the first garden beds that I built. They're raised, but barely raised. You didn't have you had the advantage of putting in nice soil, but it was more difficult to weed. You couldn't sit on the edge because it was just a little board on its edge. And there's strawberries there. I built that net over there. That cost me a fortune to put that much screen on there, and it only lasted like 1 year. I don't know what happened to it, and it did keep the birds off the strawberries for once. That's Judah. Judah's gonna probably be embarrassed with that one. He's very flexible. Can you still do that, Judah? We are in Wyoming. That's at the fish hatchery in Spearfish. There's a historical fish hatchery there, and you'd go be able to feed the fish. I was the same way when I was his age. I would always do the spider, and I cannot do it now. Judah and me are a lot more alike than I realize as the older he gets. Can Judah still do that? He probably can. When did Andrew start wearing skirts all the time? Sorry about the blacks. Oh, there's Andrea. Yeah, this is a super sexy picture of Andrea that I loved. Loved. She was such a hottie. She gave those to me when we got married. They were taken right before we met her. I know, right? She's so hot. There's a few of those pictures. Yep. It's funny. I still see her like that her whole life, even though she got bigger. She still looks that way to me. How did I meet Andrea? At church. We went to my stepdad was preaching at church here in Moorcroft, and that's where we were. I actually got set up with her. I didn't know I was getting set up, but she knew we were getting set up. I mean, they told me that I should go check her out, but I didn't know she knew that I was supposed to go check her out. That was the day that Thomas's bunny got killed by the doggies, Bethany's doggies that got out. It didn't actually kill it. It got scared to death. And Thomas is really grieving right there. He's really sad. You can see his hands all balled up. He was really trying to hold it together. Poor little dude, and we are burying him there. There's Asher. Asher was a straight up genius. I took that picture because I think there's a video of it because he's identifying all the stuff in this book, and he's just a little boy. That's at Reptile Gardens. It's in Rapid City. They have a giant reptile. It's the largest reptile exhibit in the maybe the world, at least the nation for sure. What caused you to move to Wyoming from California? My parents moved out here, and I kind of came with them. That was in that same red car that I drive. That's in that same red car. That shows you how long I've had that car. We had just got back from the dollar store in Upton. I don't remember why I took them there. Well, hey, Lori. Yeah, they were super cute. There's a couple pictures of Asher. He's like really into it. He's like firing a gun. He's like imagining killing bad guys right there. He's just so into it. Anytime you told Andrea she was beautiful, it almost looked like she never believed you. She was beautiful. She was beautiful. She's super hot. Boy, you really want to know about how long I've known Rachel? I haven't known Rachel a terrible long time. Rachel's been very helpful to us, answering comments when I can't answer them, and she's been very helpful, and she's a good friend. This Andrea loved this picture. We had a dirt pile. Why did we have this dirt pile? Um, we when we fixed the foundation, when we dug out the foundation, we had all this extra dirt and we piled it up there, and it became this little hill. And Andrea would always talk about they'd go out on this hill and they look like little ants all over this hill and just working, digging, and she loved it. That's the reason why I'm talking about it so much. It's just a picture of kids on a table on a pile of dirt, but Andrea really liked this picture. Just to her, this was life. It was a bunch of kids having so much fun without computers and TVs and stuff, and just out digging in the yard and building bases and forts, and just really enjoy it. It's only 11 o'clock here, so I'm usually up till midnight anyways. No, my eyes are all of a sudden they got something in them or something, so that's why I'm rubbing them. I'm not rubbing them because I'm tired. That's when Justus got his Nintendo Switch for his birthday. He actually saved up his own money. No, no tears, no tears. Your Walmart has toilet paper. Ours does too. People start freaking out. Stop freaking out about stuff. That's Claudia, and that's at our local grocery store here in town. That's the boys and Sophia climbing in the tree. And that's little Sophia getting caught reading a book by Andrea. I always crack up at this picture. This was a birthday of one of the kids. I don't remember who had was it a birthday or was it Halloween? Maybe it's Halloween. It's a Halloween picture. But I love Justus there because he's got his little earpiece. It's on his eye. And it's just so funny. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just so cute, having so much fun. This is one of the many games of dodgeball we played. It looks like that ball's about to hit me, but it's nowhere close. It's flying in the opposite direction. But I told them they could get extra points. I would sit there until somebody hit me in the face. And so I sat there and held my face in that hole until they did it. I'm not sure what that hole was about. I think it's when I made a little deal for recycling paper into logs. Andrea loved this picture too. It was raining. It was Asher's chore at the time was to take the trash out, and it was raining. And Asher didn't want to go out in the rain to do the chore, but he did. And little Judah went and got an umbrella all on his own and is holding it for his brother, just all his own volition. It was super cute. Andrea thought it was just so adorable. She loved it. This is another busy dinner. Mac and cheese. And again, we had both tables. Eventually, we got rid of this table. And then I put the long one in. The red shirt, that's Camden. That's Andrew. That's their cousin, Amy's boy. And this is Hadley, his sister. That was Lego Guys for Halloween. I remember that very well. That was a nightmare year. Those heads, I built each one of those heads. They were so difficult. They were so much work. But they did come out pretty good. There's Andrea sleeping with, I think, Claudia. Nope, they aren't buckets. They were cardboard. They were actually concrete formed for pouring pillars. And I cut them up, and I had to cut them to where they would fold and bend, and I had to strip them, and oh, it was not fun. It was a nightmare. One of the many times the kids play on the arcade machine. It's in my office. I always enjoyed when they play it because I bought that arcade machine from the old arcade that I used to go to, and I redid it, totally recut out. It was only a two-player machine, and I cut out and made a new control panel and made it a four-player machine. And that was a fun picture that they decided to take of them all jumping off the swings at the same time. Kind of looks like they're flying. That's at Storybook Island again. That's probably the same trip. There. Hey there, Jennifer. That's when Thomas broke his arm jumping out of a tree, being all slick. It was super scarring, boy. Storybook Island's about an hour away. It's been Spearfish, South Dakota. Yeah, I had to watch out for her. I remember when she told me Thomas broke his arm. I was like, "How do you know it's broken?" And she says, "Trust me, it's broken." That's Grandpa Frank and Grandma Jane. That's one of our Magic Mondays. Look at Claudia. She's so cute. She looks like a little turtle. I always joke that she looks like a little turtle. She had this little kind of a pointy lip, kind of looked like a little turtle beak sometimes. She's so cute. And she's got those big eyes. She's so distinct looking. She's precious. First Monday of every month is Magic Monday at our house. Just another Magic Monday. I sing that every time. There's Asher and his buddy. He loved Knuckles, and Knuckles loved him. Knuckles is asleep, and Asher is about to be asleep on top of him. What did Andrew pass away from? Ended up being cancer, breast cancer, but we didn't know it at the time. We didn't get the full diagnosis till after she passed away. And there's another one, Asher and his buddy Knuckles again. We would catch him every morning, waking up somewhere and just hanging out with Knuckles in some way. We always joked that Asher and Knuckles were spooning, and it was so cute. Kind of dog was Knuckles? He's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, but they were going to put him to sleep. Denver had a dog, a pit bull ban, and any dog that had a big head was deemed a pit bull, and so he was going to be killed. But we went and rescued him. Well, we're getting a lot of random Knuckles in a row. That was the day I got Knuckles, when I picked him up from the vet, or not the vet. I guess it's the lady that had him. I'm gonna say it's a shelter. It wasn't really a shelter. How did Knuckles get his name? Thomas kind of named him. We were trying to get Thomas to name him. He wanted to name him Sonic. I didn't want a dog named Sonic. And we were talking about other characters that are in the Sonic games, and Knuckles is one. And Thomas swears he didn't name Knuckles. He was forced. You know, he was coerced into naming him Knuckles, but he did. He said Knuckles, and I was like, yeah, that's a good name. That's a good name. I think it's loading. I think it's loading when that happens. Oh, yeah. That's Asher with donning a Hitler mustache for a party. Asher's got a little demented sense of humor sometimes. There is Andrea. I'm going to guess that's going to be a Mother's Day picture. Look at our nature shelf there. Our nature shelf was much less full than it is now. I wonder how many pictures I've gone through. This is a little sage grouse. They're around here occasionally. We almost ran this little dude over on a dirt road. I'm going to make sure he was okay, and he was. That's just a random lunch day with Judah being a random goofy self. Well, hey, Jill. Good to see you. And there's Andrea at Grandma Kitty's house with, it's going to be Sophia. Another family portrait. Eden really looks like Grandma Vanna there. And there's little Claudia. Claudia? Yeah, I think it's Claudia. Eating some biscotti. I think biscotti. Oh, this is. I thought this was a hilarious sign. So that's why I took this. You guys might not think it's hilarious, but which way is Pinecone? I don't know. Which way is Pinecone at? I thought that was hilarious. That's got to be Eden. That was at Melanie's wedding again. Little Thomas. He looks so sharp and cute. That's Solly, and he would always do that. It wasn't like we were playing. It was just like I'd be watching on the TV there, and he would just jump up on my shoulders randomly, and he'd just sit there and watch the TV. That's very early in our relationship. I'm sure we must have been married at that point. I can't. That's at our house. I can tell by that. I built that. I did the trim on those windows. That was the same Hobbit day, right before we went out trick or treating. There's Knuckles. Knuckles is such a good-looking dog. There's my sister Melanie at our wedding again. So that's Melina. That's my oldest daughter from a previous marriage, and all the way down to Solly here. So we visited them when they were living in California. Did you always plan on having a large family? Nope, I did not. I never planned on having a large family. I don't know at what point it was large, but each child was, was a decision I made, and each one was going to be the last one, so to speak. And I decided more and more each time to have more, and I'm sure glad I did. Oh, that's at Grandma's house. Oh, you're right. You're right. So this is a pizza I made on Valentine's Day. I always get credit for making the pizza with the Valentine hearts, but in reality, I just made pizza night like I always made pizza night. And Andrea cut up some pepperonis for me and said, "Here, use these pepperonis since it's Valentine's Day." And so I put them on there, but they were. She's the one that made it into a Valentine's pizza. Really, I always got credit for it, but there's another picture. I don't know if we'll get to see it or not of Asher. He's just having so much fun there. That's Asher's real laugh. Look how perfect his teeth were. Asher's teeth were perfect at that age. And that's a little duck that found its way to our house. And it was Daisy the duck. And Andrea likes to think that it flew away. But I don't know if it got hurt or what happened to it. But it was a wild duck that eventually left. It was in our pond for a little while. So that's Grandma Vanna. That's Andrea's mom. There's not a lot of pictures of her there. And that paper there with all the highlights, that's when we were going through the Bible in our church, for our home church. She would come, and every one of those colors was different chapters on our list that we went through. And yeah, there's not a whole lot of pictures of her. But she does look like Eden, I think. Dogs are great. French bulldogs are cute too. So yeah, that's at our house there again. That's going to probably be Sophia. That's at Grandma Fern's house before she moved to the apartments. And the kids were always having fun going back and forth through that little gate there to our backyard. We were actually married at that house, me and Andrea. Our wedding is at that house. It's now owned by somebody else. I drove by it the other day and had a good cry right outside thinking about getting married there. And now I can't go over there anymore because it's not anybody's we know. That is a park in Gillette that I forgot existed. The kids would really like going there. I should take the kids to that park one of these days. Yeah, probably gonna go to bed before too long. It's 11:30 here. I'm not sure how much longer I'll go. It's going to be hard to figure out which ones we've done already. Another family portrait. At nighttime. My hair looks terrible there. That's Solomon. We haven't done that in a long time. We would have Man Club, where in Man Club the girls did their little Isha fellowship that she did with them, and the boys would do Man Club. And I always thought of things that men learn how to do. So for Man Club, every man's got to know how to hammer nails, and so they all had a board, and we all shoved that board so full of nails that you could never even see any wood almost on it anymore. And we did things like how to get punched in the stomach without getting the wind knocked out of you, and you know, man things. It was fun. That is Andrea and her best friend Mrs. Reeves, and she's the lady that comes to our church. You see her helping in homeschool sometimes. So I have a lot of people following, so definitely would do this again. It's going to be hard to figure out which pictures we've done already because it's random. But we'll figure it out. That was when we had 3 kids still in diapers. And Andrew would call it a diaper change. She would sing a song. She would say, "Diaper change party time." She would sing that over and over again. And yeah, diaper change party she would have there when they all get their diapers changed at the same time. So that's my real dad there, and that's me and my sister. And you can see there, that was when my hair started changing from blonde to brown. I don't know how old I must have been there, and that's my mom probably is going to tell me here in a second. She thinks I'm 6. That's about right. So this is when I started building the bike shed, and I was making the forms for the concrete pad that we had to pour for it. It was hot that day. Wow, 2 people at the same time said I look just like my dad. Almost synchronized. That's funny. Must be true. That's Andrea blowing a shofar. I want to say I got that shofar, but maybe maybe my mom got it for me for Christmas. I wanted one for a long time. I still got it somewhere in the attic. Mommy, yeah, mom did give it to me. I always wanted one. Yeah, Grandma Kitty gave it to us. I thought so. So that was really early in our marriage there. This concrete block steps was a nightmare. You can see it's not level at all. It was sinking down and pushing the foundation of the house all terrible. It's solid concrete. That's where our back deck is now. For a long time, I had just built the deck over the top of it, and it started sinking some more and causing a lot of problems. We eventually got it hauled away. I don't remember who ended up hauling it away, but it was really difficult. She had beautiful nails. Oh, that's fun to think about. There's the ring that she was wearing there that we ended up getting lost. We have it now. That's Eden. And I'm guessing Claudia. Oh yeah, the cat in the back. That was Cage. Cage, he was my cat. I loved him. I didn't know you could see him there. Oh, Sal's still here? That was Cage, that's right. Andrea and Eden taking a nap. If you had to cut a ring off her finger, did you have to get a new one then? Yeah, we did resize it. I cut it off. We bought a little cut your own ring off kit, and I had it redone. There's actually a video. I get it back to her. She didn't have it very long before she passed away. Still 700 people here. Wow, that's crazy. We all love all you guys. Thank you for being part of our lives and our live videos. Lives has double meaning there. This is that same day we were doing the windows at Papa Gary's house, and we had to take that little truck to where they were at, and we would haul them back up. That is Levi and Bethany's husband, and Judah and me sitting on the back there. Was she buried with a ring on? No, I wouldn't allow that. Andrea's not in that body anymore. It's funny, I keep going back to the grave, but she's not there, and I regret now not having them cut all her hair off. They should have cut the entire amount of hair off of her, and I could have braided it into one nice long braid. I regret not doing that. I should have gotten more than I got. But anyways, we have the ring. I'd give it to one of the kids when they get married. Got 2 rings, technically. You think it's with you to the grave? Yeah, we will. I've been there once before with you guys, and we'll go back. I think this was at a family reunion on the Blakeman side one year, if I recall. Yep, definitely Eden. That's Eden too. This is such a goobery picture. She's got a little tutu on, and you got rain boots that go up to her thighs. It's so cute. There's Solly, who's very wide awake and having a lot of fun at school, it looks like. You asked another question about the future? Go right ahead. About the funeral? Yeah, I don't mind. I love this picture. I love this picture. That's when we're digging out the basement, and she's just watching. She didn't know that I was taking the picture, and you can just see on her face. It's like she's thinking about the future, imagining it. I don't know why. I love this picture. Me and my sister. I'm sure probably in Texas. That was when we only had one child. I'm sure she must be pregnant with Asher in that picture. That's when I comb my hair straight back like a greaser. Andrea had her hair all curled up. So that was one of the kids' gardenings. The kids all had their own little 2 foot by 2 foot square garden. We do the square foot gardening method, and so this is little Solly getting his grass out best he can. I'm sure he did not do a good job at it, and getting ready to plant it for the year. There's my frosted tips again. That's when Asher was born. We were at the hospital there, and Thomas is literally seeing him for the first time there. You look on his face, is like, what is this thing here? Did you have a viewing, or did you have the grave service in the video? No, we had a whole funeral before the graveside service that you guys saw at our house, and we had a viewing there. Oh, my mom took that pic. Yeah, frosted tips. I'm not sure why I did that, but I did. Yep, my hair was frosted on the tip and had him done back when I don't know. That was when Ricky Martin was really big. I tried to do the Ricky Martin thing. That's little Solly doing his school outside. See you, Jenna Marie. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let the kids dye their hair? I'm not sure if they want to. Our kids aren't as restricted as you guys might think. That was when it hailed. It hailed. Those are hail pieces that I picked up from outside. Can you believe that? That was the biggest hail I've ever seen. It was right outside our house there. Yeah, I have Andrea's glasses. Yeah. I'd be handsome with no hair? Wow. I actually did go out and get hit by those. They weren't as hard as you'd think. They were more like snowballs. I actually tried to keep them in the freezer, and they shrunk a whole bunch in the freezer. And then they got rock hard. But they were like snowballs. Those are little cute kids. Back when they all didn't know how to smile. Justus has got a good smile on. That was, we made Rice Krispie treats out of Fruity Pebbles. No, I don't think so. I think yeah, maybe it was. And they made it turn into a giant bowl of cereal after. They wanted to pull it turn into a bowl of cereal. And Andrea said, sure, why not? We get tornadoes in Wyoming. We do, but it's extremely rare that one hits anything. I mean, the tornadoes get seen all the time, but they random. Wyoming is the most sparsely populated state, and so it's mostly all land. And the girls have pierced ears. No, we're not against pierced ears. We just never have done it. Andrea had pierced ears, um, but that's not something that we ever did. That's Asher. We did not intend for him to be in the pond, but he was having fun anyways. You can't tell here. This is before I put this part into the ground. So this was a wishing well. We had a wishing well that the water came out, and that's why there's a little bucket there. 700 watching, only 400 likes. Oh well, you guys should stop that. I wonder if we can get it up. There's probably with the turnaround. I bet you there's enough original people here. We can get this up easily another 500 likes. And while you're there, you might hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Well, I mean, doing stay-at-home orders? No, there's never been any lockdown in Wyoming. I hear we might be opening up this Friday, even. There's Asher and his buddy Knuckles again. They were really close. Knuckles loved him just as much as um, Asher loved him. You joined when there were 66 likes, Emma. If you hit refresh, you'll see more. Sometimes they don't update. So this one was at Reptile Gardens also. Andrea was pretty cute in some of these pictures. Cookie Crumb Fun, 435. Boy, you guys are crazy. Oh, never mind. 435 likes. I see. Another pet in your future? I'm sure we will. How'd you end up with Knuckles? Was he a rescue? Yeah, he was. I wanted to buy a puppy that was not a rescue, a purebred of Knuckles' breed, but they wanted like $3,000, and they were going to put Knuckles to sleep, and I was like, man, I might as well save him. It cost me $20. This was really cute. I'm not sure who took this picture because this was when I was babysitting the kids. There's actually a video of this. I may have shared it with you guys on the on the archives from a long time ago. But Daddy made breakfast. You would definitely consider rescuing another puppy. there's Knuckles with their Halloween costume on. One year they were Batman or Batmonk or something, and they dress Knuckles up, and Knuckles just let him. He was the best dog. We're in Denver to get Knuckles. I try to think about that all the time. It was a really neat place. It wasn't in Denver because Denver had the dog ban, but it was in a town outlying Denver. And all I know is I remember that like one side of the highway was divided from the other side of the highway in town by a giant cliff that went down to a river. I just thought it was so amazing. And I can't remember now where it was. Oh. Bathroom's coming along pretty good. That was very early. That was right after I met Andrea. About the only time you ever see me with a shave without a beard. That cross there, Thomas has it. Although he recently it fell off and he doesn't know where it is now. But I wore that cross all through high school and gave it to Thomas. Yeah, the one on my wall. Yep. Still have all of her stuff. Yeah, most of it. I don't have her clothes. Kind of worked Andrea do at the Christian school. Andrea was she was the administrator of the Christian school. She ran it and was a teacher. And I actually took that job later on after we got married. She stopped working there, and at one point I went in there and took the school over for a while. This was at a birthday party, and it was when Kung Fu Panda had come out, and we watched that, I think. And they're all supposed to do their favorite little martial arts move. What'd you do with their clothes? Someone made some pillows for the kids out of the clothes, and the rest we just got rid of. I took this picture. It was at a rest stop or a rest area or something, and I thought this quote was really neat, and so I wanted to take it next to all my kids right there. That's Grandma Vana there. She hated this picture, but there's not many pictures of her around there, so haven't been to South Fork. Watching your Vancouver recommended the photos. That's a beautiful young lady. Yep, she was a beautiful lady. That's Andrew's mom again, Grandma Vana, at her mom's house. Oops, I went fast. That's Andrea. And is it Hannah? 2015, so it's not Hannah. Maybe Claudia. I think it's Claudia. Do you have any physical photo albums to show us? I do have some scrapbook pages that probably have some very interesting photos in them that I could probably get out. Andrea made a bunch before digital age. She made a bunch of old-fashioned scrapbooks, and we still have them. Maybe I could be able to go through them someday if I take pictures. It's Pueblo. Maybe we found Knuckles. No, I know it if I heard it. Um, I don't think it was golden, um, but it was somewhere. I'd know it if I heard it. It's not really far. It was just outside of Denver. It could have been Boulder. Maybe. I can't remember. Do you know Monument? I don't know Monument. No, not Greeley. Aurora. It could be Boulder. Any pictures of Andrea's viewing? Yeah, there are. The lady took a bunch of pictures, physical pictures, and I have them. I haven't even looked at them. I couldn't bring myself to look at them. This is just, I think it's Hannah with a mustache. Should be on his rescue papers, probably, if I even have them. Who knows? That looks like Hannah. If it's not Hannah, it's somebody who's got a very big resemblance to her. 2018, yeah, it's Hannah. That's Thomas. He was little. This is a random picture that I haven't seen. I'm not sure why we got it. Eden and Henna, I think. That's going to be Christmas. Andrea's family always had a tradition of opening some presents on Christmas Eve. So that's at Papa Gary's house. And we're opening Christmas presents there. The good old Dreamcast. That was in my shop, my computer shop. That's all it used to be. It was just a place in my in the basement where I stored some parts, used things that I could resell. It's quite a long time ago. You can tell by the giant monitors. And the kids are playing Dreamcast. That's when Dreamcast was hot. So been a little while. But yes, Elizabeth, I will be doing another shop with me soon for summer clothes. But it's a lot more work than you'd think. I gotta get all the laundry washed in the house, and then I gotta be able to inventory which colors of each kind of clothes all the kids have/need. No, they don't live in our town, the Wests. No, someone we knew somehow got wrapped up in that or something. No, some sort of controversy there. I can't remember now. Oldest computer you've worked on? I worked on some Windows 95 systems. Yeah, it's good old Knuckles again, getting hugged by Thomas and Asher. That must be my birthday. I don't know how long ago. That was 2009. Wow, so that's 11 years ago. Well, that is in. It says 94, but that can't be 94. So that's Melina and me. Um, I don't know when that was. Melina's got to be, what, 5 there? So I don't know. There's my foxy mama again. Did we see this picture? I feel like we saw this picture already, but I don't mind seeing it again because Andrea is a fox. She's so gorgeous. This was at that same place that had the little pictures. This is not a photoshopped or anything image. The kids are actually standing in a field back there, and I had to slide the camera into this spot and have them move them all around. It was a lot of work, but that was when one of the babies was born in our 2012. So 8. Solly? It must be Solly. That's Judah. Judah is such a unique looking boy. His hair was always so light. It looked like his hair was invisible because it was so blonde when he was young. Claudia is so cute. Oh, she's so cute. All the girls are cute there. Those are all dresses that mommy made. That's Solly at Grandma Kitty's house. That was at the little Moorcroft pool. That they tore that down, and people were very upset about it. Um, but cute little picture. I'm gonna think that's not Justus. Justus, Thomas Asher Judah Justus. Can it be Justus? I guess it's got to be Justus. Oh no, it says Thomas. It says Thomas at the pool. So yeah, that's Thomas. It does not look like Thomas. That must be your picture, Mom, because that one has a name, Thomas at the pool. Yeah, Melina is my daughter, and it's spelled like that. All the kids know how to swim. They know how to doggy paddle. That's Eden. That is grandparents. That's Papa Gary's parents. Kenny and there we go. That's a random picture of an eagle that I saw when I was working one day. There's a lot of eagles around here. That was back in California when I worked at the video game shop. Are you still there, Sal? Look at that. That Street Fighter Alpha. Which alpha is that? That's like Rose right there. That's going to be Alpha 2. One of our fire pit days. Little girls playing in cardboard boxes. All right, I think we're going to cut this off here at about the 2 hour mark. So about 2 more minutes. That's Eden again. It's been fun. Although if I do this whole folder, the pictures I grabbed out, it would be nice to know where we left off. So we have 10 kids total. I have, yeah, technically 11 kids if you count the one she lost when she was pregnant, when she died. She was pregnant when she died. But yeah, alive, 10 kids, yeah. Wow, there's still 688 people watching. That's incredible. Those are two goober trees. Justus and Eden they're totally partners in crime. Eden just spent a couple nights over at Amy's house, and Justus was so miserable without her. He couldn't wait for her to come back. Talked about it all the time. He said, "Dad, can I take my phone to bed, um, so I can talk to Eden?" It was so sweet. He also told me last night we had our movie Monday um, last night, and it was the Peanuts movie, and that was all about Charlie Brown getting with the red-haired girl, and he finally gets her at the end. And at the end, he tells me, "Dad, I hope you get married again so that you won't be lonely." And he gave me the biggest hug. He's such a soft-hearted little boy. That's little Judah. See how excited he is. He had so much fun all the time. Thank you very much, Dream Big. They still love all the stuff that you've sent. We certainly appreciate that. Oh yeah, we got. How many pictures I got left? I don't know. All right, well let's stop on a good picture here. That's Grandpa Frank and Justus. I don't ever know about this picture. Daddy was at work. I don't even remember where it was at. Um, but someplace with the kids. All right, well we'll stop right there, I think, and we will do this again if you guys want to. Heck, if there's this many people watching it now, we'll see how many numbers it gets, and I guess it sounds like you guys really enjoyed it, so I certainly appreciate it. It was nice to get to talk to you guys, and we certainly appreciate you very much. Yep. Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. I know that's a lame thing to say, but it really does help our channel grow, and that's always good. So we will talk to you guys later. Thank